still alive. The baby.
Taking place after Super Metroid, Metroid Other M immediately takes place right after Samus Aran's battle with the Mother Brain, in which she receives a distress call from a remote space station called the Bottle Ship. Shortly after reaching the Bottle Ship, Samus is reunited with her former platoon from the Galactic Federation. After certain events, Samus decides to team up with her former comrades and explore the mysterious space station together. Now, the story is a very interesting one. However, at times it suffers from clumsy execution in some spots, but once you pass those spots, the story will begin to grab you. Never has there been this much narrative in the Metroid game. However, that feel of isolation from previous titles in the series is still retained. The game makes use of in-game cutscenes and impressive FMV to tell a story. By looking at this FMV, you can already tell where most of the budget went, as they rival some of the best PS3 and Xbox 360 games. Sure, sometimes the cutscenes may draw out, but they are still impressive and really set the mood for the game.
Samus, looks like I'm gonna need to ask for your cooperation on this mission, but I'm also gonna have to ask that you follow my commands. You don't move unless I say so, and you don't fire until I say so.
Metroid Other M is played from a third-person perspective, in which the Wiimote is held in a vertical position reminiscent of our NES controller. Now, by holding the controller in the horizontal position, you can go into a first-person mode in which objects can be scanned or missiles can be fired. Please note that this is the only way to fire missiles. You can also fire your other weapons, but you are not able to move. The gameplay in Other M is very similar to those of the 2D Metroids. You explore area, find enemies, and unlocking weapons to use against massive bosses. However, instead of unlocking weapons, Samus already comes with all her weapons. She just needs authorization to use them. As you go on, you will get more authorization to use more weapons. By the end, Samus should be a walking tank of pure destruction. For the most part, this system works. However, there are some levels in which it screams insanity. Now, the combat is the main star of the game, as you will be doing a lot of it. When in the third-person mode, Samus has an auto-aim feature which aims at the foes for her. While in the first-person mode, you have manual aim and can expose specific weak points. And as I said earlier, it's the only way to fire missiles, and yes, you cannot move. However, I think that puts a certain type of balance in the game. Once you get used to them, the controls feel natural and transitional from third person to first person, and it's as smooth as butter. In combat, Samus has a quick step ability that lets her dodge enemy attacks at the very last moment. This is one of the most useful skills in the game and makes the game feel very smooth. Samus' other new ability is the Fatal Strike, which lets her do a deadly blow to our enemy on the floor. These lethal strikes are very cool and at the same time fun to pull off. There are many more abilities Samus has access to, some old and some new. However, I don't want to spoil it and I will let you discover them for yourself, but long-time fans of the Metroid series will be extremely pleased. Now, the graphics on Metroid Other M are some of the best I have seen on the Wii. They rival those or even surpass those of the likes of Mario Galaxy 2 and Monster Hunter Tri. This is set in detail put into the environment, character, and monsters. In fact, I would say the monsters really shine in this game, as they seem to be made with extreme care and many of them are clever in design. It really adds to the surroundings. The game also supports 480p and has true native support for true widescreen. This really adds to the game. Now for the music. Music in the game is mostly old songs remixed from previous titles, but there are a few new songs. The songs are your typical Metroid music that has that airy feel and really adds a sense of isolation. There are even a few surprises Metroid fans will appreciate, and some they will not expect, but that's all I'm going to say about that. I'll leave that for you to discover for yourself. Overall, it took me about 9 to 10 hours to complete Metroid Other M. Despite some poor execution story and minor gameplay problems, I really enjoyed myself. The game is a wild roller coaster from start to finish, and unlike many games these days, many of the plot twists you will never see coming. The gameplay managed to keep me interested, mixing in classic Metroid with a bit of Team Ninja and Metroid Prime magic. Now, for the bad news. The game does not offer any replayability, nor does it have any adjustable difficulty even after beating the game. Sure, you could find all the missiles and health packs you missed, but that's it. Overall, I think it's a very solid entry in the Metroid series. Sure, it's no Metroid, Super Metroid or Metroid Fusion, but it's a solid experience that's worth your time, especially if you're a fan. And also, because of the time it takes to beat the game, it is also a good rental for those not willing to spend $50. But make no mistake, this is a game worth playing for your week. Alright guys, this has been Crazy Kimbe, and I'll see you guys next time. Sparklin'!